we don't have the license for that song, you know what I'm thinking of.
If you open a hallway door and head down our basement stairs, past the hodgepodge of walls to the left, it's disgusting, it's neglected, it's our fit for a horror movie basement bathroom. And I plan to change that, of course.
Which gross part do I start with?
In today's video, you know what that means. It's time to completely gut this room and then rebuild it from the ground up. Thanks to our friends at Simpson Strong Tie and their new Titan Turbo screw anchors for sponsoring this video and making the rebuild that much easier.
Get it?
No.
Do you need me to get it?
No, it's just the friction from the rug.
We're starting with part one, which is the complete demo and gut job, and then rebuilding the walls. And we could really use your help if you stick around to the end in deciding the finished room design, because we still haven't finalized all the details. The rest of the house was built in 1925, so we kind of want to stick with a little bit of a vintage vibe. Could really use your opinions on that.
1997.
Jumping right in before we can get to the glamorous stuff, we've got to get rid of the ugly, which is fitting for my channel's name, I suppose. And as many of you guys know, I actually really enjoy demo. So Kyle and I decided to sort of both record and divide and conquer, so to speak. So you'll be seeing mixed progress as we go from what each of us were doing and recording at the time. Kyle started on the exterior of the bathroom walls. Those were layered with bookshelves that he plans to reuse elsewhere. And then I cleaned out all of the trash that's been in the room since we bought the house and started tearing up the flooring that had already curled away from all of the corners.
My thought is that the majority of the plumbing existed, at least for the sink, maybe the toilet. After an upstairs renovation, somebody brought the sink and the toilet down. At least the toilet's been with the house since it was built. Sink, maybe.
The sink kind of makes me think that it might go with where the original primary bath was because of the way that we still have that tile, that blue tile. Yeah, let me show you some of that because it's just really neat. We have a bunch of white tile here, and then we have a lot of this blue tile too. I don't think that, I mean, obviously when somebody takes it apart, putting that entire puzzle piece back together might be a little tricky, but there's no reason why we couldn't potentially use it in a different way. Kyle actually has a phobia of cockroaches, and since his bathroom had clearly already had old insect activity, I tackled that while he was working on the shower plumbing. This shower door actually really tripped me up because it gave me a false sense of how easy everything was going to be to take apart. And as you'll later see, that was not at all the case.
So we've already turned off the water and drained the tank as much as we possibly can. When we disconnect this line, the little bit that's left in there is going to start leaking out. We want to be able to catch it.
For now, there are some things that we're hanging onto, such as the reed glass on the shower doors, the old toilet, and the old sink, because they're authentically vintage for one, and it could save us some money in reusing what we already have versus buying new. Plus, some of them might actually be worth reselling, which could help cut costs down on other renovation supplies.
Trying to clean out around the bolts. The area is supposed to be open. Everything that is around it is either corroded trash or filler of some kind. I don't know. Very old substitute for a wax ring.
I do want to advise that since this is an old bathroom of an undetermined age, it's always a good idea if you plan to demo to test for things like lead paint and asbestos and get a pro's input if you run into something that might need remediation. We've done that as part of our inspection prior to moving, and even still, demo sometimes kicks up a lot of old dust, so I still wore a mask for my asthma, and then gloves, eye protection, etc., especially when you're drilling into something like concrete, for example, because there's a lot of dust with that too. This is insane that it's snowing right now. The weather during this week was absolutely crazy. It was warm enough to wear shorts one day and then a blanket of snow the next, and then a tornado watch that shut down school, which also meant Kyle and I had to trade off work time and parenting duty. So sometimes you're only going to see one of us in this footage.
Pull the tub out, I imagine there's going to be a good bit of fill work.
These nails that we found were quite interesting because square heads are usually an indicator of antiques, but they had round ends. So let me know what you think of those. We also found some old pencils and what Google tells me is an old Cracker Jack toy. These only go for a couple bucks on eBay, so we didn't quite find treasure behind the walls, but was still an interesting time capsule. I've find demo to be incredibly satisfying, and it's just so nice to be able to pick up a hammer and swing at your problems. And people actually pay money to smash stuff when we have our own smash room right down in our basement, basically. It's been a minute since Kyla and I have had this level of demo on our plate, and it felt good. It felt pretty good for both of us to get to work like this. So I just came down here to see how much progress Kyle has been making, and that certainly explains why we get some bugs down here. But I'm gonna try and keep going with demo on this side. This back wall was definitely the most damaged because we could see that clearly some old termite activity that had happened back there, along with a lot of water damage from, I don't know, a dripping pipe or maybe several leaks over time. And since this wall was so damaged, I won the argument that there was just no saving any of it, so we just got rid of it. And that meant we were ready for rebuilding the walls. Our progress so far already looks like a great before and after, but we can't stop there because Simpson Strong Tie is our video sponsor and they sent us 2 of their products to help. The first are these amazing construction screws. I say amazing because not a single one of them required any pre-drilling and did not split a single board. There are plenty of products on the market that say they'll do that, but having used quite a few different brands, I can easily say that these were impressive. Kyle took care of all the measurements so I could blissfully avoid math, but I came back down to help put the walls back in place. You may also notice that we're not putting the doorway in the same spot. Well, I'm short enough that I really don't ever have to duck. A low doorway stuck underneath 2 steam pipes really wasn't cutting it for the tall bearded one, so we're opting to convert the tub into a shower and make a new entry point, no crouching required. Everything is looking so much better already, but there is one crucial step left before we can say part 1 is complete. Now that our framing is built for both walls, within reason, we've got a little bit more designing to do, but we have what we need to get started and to start putting the bathroom back together again. So what we're going to do next is anchor these new walls into the concrete using our Titan Turbo screws. We have our hammer drill, which is going to make the job a lot easier. Then we have our installation kit and our drill bits. Simpson Strong Tie has provided us with both the Titan Turbo drill bits. These are carbide tipped to make the drilling so much easier, and then also the screws. So because they need to be spaced 12 to 16 inches apart, which is also the spacing of our studs here, we're just going to use the studs to help our spacing and make sure that we're accurate. Just to explain a little of what we did here, for each screw placement, we used a drill bit to pre-drill through both the wood and the concrete at the same time. Then we sunk the Titan Turbo screw anchor flush with the stud. For now, we're only drilling through the floor, but in the future videos, we'll also be anchoring the frame to the brick walls using a similar method. We were careful with the dust because we've used concrete screws in the past, and getting dust compacted down into the hole you just drilled usually is an easy way for the screw to lose its ability to purchase into the concrete. But these are specifically designed to displace a lot of that dust, so it reduces binding and ultimately gives us a well-anchored wall. A pretty big upgrade from the rotted wood surrounding the single bolt that the old wall had before. I'd left a few of the studs unscrewed at the top to allow for some flexibility while we placed it, but at this point I added more to secure it to the top before moving on to the other wall. This and duck. But instead, I'm just going to go through the wall because our new doorway is now in a different spot. So there you have it, friends. This will be our first bathroom makeover in our new house, and as you're about to see, we still don't have a layout fully figured out. It just feels good to get what was old, damaged, and made partially of nightmares and bug carcasses the heck out of here and make way for something better. We've got a long way to go and more videos to make, so let me know what you think of, say, where the shower should go, or even what color scheme we should go with. So we're thinking...
What's the minimum requirement for a bathroom shower size? National Residential Code mandates that the shower's interior be a minimum of 30 by 30. This is where the column is where we put the back wall.
Push all of this backward. What, an extra 18 inches, 2 feet?
Yeah, extra 18 inches.
New shower.
More or less, yeah.
With the drain there.
Yeah. And it already slopes this way. I want to do a different type of drain long term anyway, where that like a single hole would become irrelevant. So because this drain is chopped out to go to here, and they tapped into the air line right there.
So in general, we still have no idea how to redo this bathroom, but
I know that
we do have no more termite damaged wood walls. We do have no more disgusting bathroom in here. And we have new walls. So that's a step in the right direction. And then we'll have a new pretty little garden out there. We could probably use everybody else's ideas on how else to redo this bathroom without having to move every pipe. I would like us to play with some layouts though for the video, so we can show everybody like some of our ideas and get input.
Yeah.
So that's where you guys come in.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and follow along for part 2.
It's always smart. Let's drill into mystery gunk.
Like 90% of what we do.